Okay, so good evening, my dear friends. My previous video already you have seen regarding vector calculus and three-dimensional geometry, and I solved 3 questions in that. Similarly, today also I have brought 3 questions and I have discussed those three questions step by step. So, what I have thought to bring 3 questions in a small video. Okay, so that students also will get interest and steps also will be very clear to all of you. And these questions which we are bringing in the video, it has already appeared in CBSE board examination. So it will be giving you a very good practice, not only to those people who are going to appear in CBSE board examination, if not in this year, maybe next year, next to next year. So for everyone it will be good, even those who are appearing in IIT-JEE examinations and all. For them also, those who are going to appear in any type of engineering examinations, for them also it will be very much useful, because concept clarity is the first and foremost requirement for each and everyone. The concept should be cleared, basic concepts. So I am bringing the videos for you only with basic concepts. I am not going for very much advanced concepts and all. Basic concepts. First, let us start with basic concepts, and after that we will be solving some advanced questions. Okay, so I feel that you will be liking it, and if you like, you can share your this video to your friends, so that it will be useful for them also. Okay, so thank you very much. Let us go to solve those questions involving vector calculus and three-dimensional geometry. Okay, so let us have discussion on some questions related to three-dimensional geometry. Three-dimensional geometry. Okay. Three-dimensional geometry. So on the basis of some of the questions which has appeared in 12th CBSE board earlier, we will understand the concepts. Okay, so the concept we are going to understand by taking reference of some of the questions which has already appeared in 12th CBSE board. Okay, so it will be involving even vector calculus also. Vector calculus also, along with three-dimensional geometry. Right. So let us take one question, and this question is what? We need to find the value of P. If we are given 2i plus 6j plus 27k, then cross product I plus 3j plus pk is equal to 0 vector, is equal to 0 vector. Okay, so let us find the value of P. So let 0 vector is 0i plus 0j plus 0k. Okay, right. Now what we are given? We are given product of cross product. So 2i plus 6j plus 27k cross product I plus 3j plus pk is equal to 0 vector, and 0 vector we can write 0i plus 0j plus 0k. Okay? Right. Now we need to find the cross product of these two. So if we are going to find the cross product, so what we'll do, we'll go for finding out determinant. So I, j, k. So by using determinant we can find its cross product. So 2, 6, 27, and here it is 1, 3 and p. So now this determinant, expansion of this determinant, what we are getting, I will expand here itself. So I vector and then 6 into p, 6p minus 27 into 3, so it is 81, then minus j, then 2 into p, 2p minus 27 into 1, 27 plus k, and then 3 into 2, 6, and 6 minus 6 is equal to 0 vector. Okay, I am drawing a line here like this. So the expansion of this determinant actually I did here, right? Okay. Now this one will be giving to us as 6p minus 81 I, and this minus will take it inside, so it will become plus j, and it will become 27 minus 2p plus 0 into k, so it is 0, is equal to 0i plus 0j plus 0k, right? So if this cross product is equal to 0, it means 6p minus 81 is equal to 0. It will also, the coefficients of these vectors, okay, so that also will be equal. So we can say that 6p minus 81 is equal to 0, right? Okay, then we can write 6p is equal to 81, and if we will cancel with 3, so it will become 3 2 just 6 and 3 27. So p is equal to 27 by 2 we have got. Similarly, from second one also we can find, no problem. 27 minus 2p. So 27 minus 2p is equal to 0, and this is giving you 2p is equal to 27. Further we can find p is equal to 27 by 2. So from any one coefficient we will be able to find. Okay, so when we will equate the coefficient of j from LHS, we will be equating the coefficient of j here 0 in RHS, right hand side. Okay, so when we go for this equating of the coefficient, we will be getting the value of p. So in this way we have found the value of p in I plus 3j plus pk. Okay, right. Let us solve next question. So one video I have already posted related to 3-dimensional geometry and vector calculus, and there also I went for solving 3 questions. Today also I will solve 3 questions. Okay, so in this way we will have a very good practice of this small videos. By utilizing these small videos we will have good practice for solving the questions. So now I have started bringing videos for all my students. Okay, so that they will be able to have a good practice. Okay, so I am bringing those questions which has already appeared in the examinations. Okay, right. Now next question is, yes, if P is a unit vector, P is a unit vector and we are given x minus p, x vector minus p vector dot means scalar product, x vector plus p vector is equal to at, then we need to find magnitude of x. We are asked to find magnitude of x. Okay. So now here x vector is there, p vector is there separately. So we need to find out first that vector. And also it is given that magnitude of p vector is unit vector. Means 1. Magnitude of p is 1. That's why it is called p is unit vector. Okay. So let x vector be x1 I plus x2j plus x3 k, and p vector is equal to p1 I plus p2j plus p3 k. Okay, right. Now next, if we are going for x minus p, so the coefficients will get subtracted, right? If we are going for minus, so first we will find x vector minus p vector. So it will be x1 minus p1 I plus x2 minus p2 j plus x3 minus p3 k. Okay, right. Then x vector plus p vector will give us as x1 plus p1 I plus x2 plus p2 j plus x3 plus p3 k. Okay, right. Now what is there? Dot product is there. So x minus p vector dot x vector plus p vector will be giving us, so this dot product will be there, like x1 minus p1 I plus x2 minus p2 j plus x3 minus p3 k dot product. Then another one, x1 plus p1 I plus x2 plus p2 j plus x3 plus p3 k bracket closed. Okay, so we have already discussed earlier in my previous video about a scalar product completely and dot product also, how to find. Okay, so on the basis of that we can find out this product. So x1 minus p1 into x1 plus p1. Okay, I dot I will be equal to 1. Okay, so it will become x1 minus p1 and x1 plus p1 plus x2 minus p2 and x2 plus p2 plus x3 minus p3 into x3 plus p3. Okay, right. Now this one will be given to us as x1 square minus p1 square plus x2 square minus p2 square plus x3 square minus p3 square, gentlemen. Okay, a minus b into a plus b formula. This one we can write x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square. One side we will write, another side we will be writing p1 square plus p2 square plus p3 square. So what this is? This is actually magnitude. Magnitude of what? This x. So this one will be magnitude of x square. Okay, square, because magnitude of x vector will be equal to whole root x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square. That's why it has got squared here, because square root is not here. then minus magnitude of P square, right? So magnitude of P is what? Is equal to whole root P1 square plus P2 square plus P3 square, and that is equal to 1 because already it is given that it is a unit vector, right? Okay, now this dot product, this product is equal to 80. It means this magnitude of x square minus magnitude of p square is equal to 80, and this is equal to 1. So magnitude of x square will be equal to 80, and from here which is equal to 1, so minus 1 will go that side, it will become 81. Therefore magnitude of x in this case, it will be, you will be writing plus minus 9. 81 we can write plus minus 9, but as it is the mod magnitude, so it will be plus 9 only. So magnitude of x is equal to 9, that we need to find out. Okay, right. Let us go for solving another question. Right. Now, another question is the scalar product of the vector I plus j minus k with the unit vector along the sum of vectors 2i plus 4j minus 5k and lambda I plus 2j plus 3k is equal to 1, is equal to 1. Find the value of lambda. Find the value of lambda. So we need to find the value of lambda. So now what is there? The scalar product of the vector. So a vector is given to us with the unit vector along the sum of vectors 2i plus 4j minus 5k and lambda I plus 2j plus 3k. So we need to find the sum of these vectors, these two vectors, and then we need to find the unit vector from this sum of the vectors, and then we will be going for scalar product with I plus j minus k, and that will be equal to 1, and then only we will be able to find the value of lambda. Okay, so let us find out, let us name it first. Naming will be best. So let a vector is equal to I plus j minus k. Let b vector is equal to 2i plus 4j minus 5k, and c vector is lambda I plus 2j plus 3k. Now we need to find b plus c. Yes. So b plus c. So we have to add 2i plus lambda I, because I only will get added, right? So 2 plus lambda I plus 4 plus 2 j, then plus minus 5 plus 3 k. So this one will be equal to 2 plus lambda I plus 6j and minus 2k. Now we need to find unit vector. Okay, So unit vector along B plus C. So how we are finding unit vector? Suppose if we want to find unit vector, so unit vector of A, which is denoted by like this, okay, is equal to A vector divided by magnitude of A. So in this way we are finding out unit vector. Suppose this unit vector D, if we want to find along, okay, let D is unit vector along V vector plus C vector. Therefore, D unit vector, okay, unit vector is equal to B plus C divided by magnitude of B plus C. Right. Then D vector is equal to, so B plus C is same, 2 plus lambda I plus 6j minus 2k, and divided by magnitude of B plus C is equal to whole root what? 2 plus lambda square plus 6 square plus minus 2 square, which is 4. So this is giving to us as 2 plus lambda square plus 6 square is 36, 36 plus 4, 40. Okay, so here it is becoming 2 plus lambda square plus 40. So unit vector we have found. Now what we need to find? We need to find the scalar product of the vector, this I plus j minus k, and this one will be equal to 1. Then only we will be equating and we will be able to find the value of lambda. Okay, right. So it means D dot A, we need to find A vector dot D unit vector, and which will be equal to 1. Okay, right. So I feel that now this question is not required. So let me erase that question so that we will be getting space to solve here. Okay, right. So let me erase it. So these things already you have understood, so it is not required. Right. Okay. So, A vector. So A vector I will be writing here. So A vector is what? I plus j plus k. Okay. I plus j plus k. D vector we are already having, unit vector. Now A vector is, so I plus j plus k dot this one, 2 plus lambda I plus 6j minus 2k divided by its magnitude, that is 2 plus lambda square plus 40, and it is equal to 1. Okay, right. So now this multiplication we will go for it, and this 2 plus lambda whole square plus 40 under root we will be multiplying with 1. Okay, so now what we are getting? Again scalar product it is there. So 2 plus lambda into 1, so 2 plus lambda plus 6 into 1, so that is 6. Then minus 2 into 1, minus 2 is equal to 2 plus lambda square plus 40 whole root. Okay, now I am going to rub this side also. Here what we have got, this 2 minus 2 has got cancelled. and left with lambda plus 6 is equal to 2 plus lambda whole square plus 40. Now in order to remove this square root, we need to go for squaring both sides. Squaring both sides, what we got? We got lambda plus 6 whole square is equal to 2 plus lambda whole square plus 40. Then this what we have got? A plus b whole square, lambda square plus 36 plus 12 lambda is equal to, here a plus b whole square, 4 plus lambda square plus 4 lambda plus 40. Now this lambda square has got cancelled. Okay, and lambda we will bring one side, so 12 lambda, this 4 lambda we will bring this side, it will become minus 4 lambda, and this side it has become 40 plus 4, so 44, and this 36 we will take that side, right? Okay, so this is giving to us 12 lambda minus 4 lambda, 8 lambda is equal to 36, 4, 40 and plus 4, 8. So it will become 8. Okay. So 8 and 8 got cancelled and we have got lambda is equal to 1. Okay. So our answer has come as lambda is equal to 1. So in this way, step by step, we need to understand each step very clearly, and with the patience we should go for solving the questions. If anywhere in hurry, if we will be doing any question, then sometimes chances are there that we may commit mistake, though during examination some type of pressure used to be there. Okay, then also we should not lose patience and we should see clearly that what we are writing, and once with little patience, if we are doing the questions step by step, you will be able to solve it and you will get your desired answer. Okay, so thank you very much.